Hello all, this is Yojo, and I don't care about shootings. I just can't care about shootings anymore. One, they happen a lot, and two, every time they talk about a shooting, they talk about gun control and video games and music and just everything that they don't like about society. And when I mean they, I mean the media, of course. And nothing against the victims, of course. It's just, why divert from the actual problem? It's not about guns, it's about the people that have the guns. There are plenty of people all over the United States that own guns, and not all of them are going out and shooting up schools and malls and stuff like that. It's about mental illness and just basic situations. Like, the best example is Columbine. People were just so... I can't even understand it. This is what's going to make this take so long. I can't understand how people were just so into blaming video games and Marilyn Manson. But I think the video game thing comes from it being teens and young adults. They tend to blame they tend to blame video games when it comes to that, and music. And it was like, as soon as it came out that the kids were being bullied, they tried to stop talking about it, but everybody else was still talking about it for a little while, and then that stopped. Never mind those kids were being bullied, they listened to Marilyn Manson and played video games. Probably of which they didn't either. I think they killed themselves, so it's not like we'll ever really know, unless they actually looked in their rooms and found some stuff or whatever. Columbine was a long time ago. But I'm sure Marilyn Manson and video games weren't nearly as much of a problem as those kids were being bullied and nobody did anything about it. So they went in there and they killed those people. And I don't know what makes a person run into a mall and shoot everybody, but the guy that they caught that didn't kill himself, that killed those people back a few months ago, he was very obviously mentally ill. But no, we need to talk about gun control. We don't need to talk about keeping weapons out of the hands of people like this. I think this most recent shooter got the weapons from his mother owned the gun, so he got the weapons from that somehow. And we're not going to live in a perfect world where we're going to be able to keep everybody out of trouble. Of course, obviously, there's always going to be problems. But we need to address the actual problems and not dilly-dally with some crap that you just want to pretend is the problem and all these other things are the problem. You need to actually figure out how to solve, or best, whatever the word is, get to these problems and not try to... Because gun control isn't even the broad idea. Gun control is when you are responsible about who you sell a gun to and what guns are illegal in the country that you live in. Not who ends up getting it, like how this most recent shooter got them and what they do with them. Guns, I'm one of those people that think that everybody in America should have a gun. So when stuff like this happens, they can go ahead and take the person out before they take out other people, and there's a mass tragedy. If we don't get the fact that we all need to own guns by now, we're better off dead, because we're obviously stupid. This is coming from a person who doesn't own a gun yet, but you know, guns are expensive and blah blah blah, but when I can afford one, I'm going to get one. And of course, ammunition. But I guess that's all I have to say. Stop dancing around the problem if you actually want to solve it, is what I'm saying.